All right, we got some hands to get through. Well, I guess we'll call it hours instead of hands, but yeah, it's gonna be a lot regardless. So let's go. I've got the day planned, how we're gonna get through this. So get the replayer set up right off the bat here. So I don't have to mess with that in the middle of hands. There we go. So down here, we'll start the timer as well. Down here, we're going to squeeze to, let's make it something like this. And on this board, I think we'll start with a check. And this will be a check shove. We run into a set, we run into a set. It's that simple. There's really nothing more I can say. Over here we have jacks as well. Just bet flop, bet turn. Back down to this hand. I don't think this guy has a set unless he's trying to rope the other guy into a call somehow. Oh, that guy's just flopped a straight. All right. That happens. But he could have just as easily had something like 7-8 on the flop, or a hand like Jack 10, or, Queen 10 even, any of these hands. So it's not like we're just going to run into sets and straights only there. So unlucky to run into the absolute nuts that time. However, over here we have this, and I think we'll just do that. And we'll just bet river also. Down here we bet flop this time. Not always going to bet, but we bet this time. I'm going to check turn. Sometimes we bet these ace highs on flop, which I've said many times. Nothing we can do though, given that action. Easy folds all around here. We can 3-bet this over here on the button. We'll do that this time. Probably just doing it pure, ace-5 suited. Not really going to have a calling range, unless there's a really good reason to. I'm gonna fold to the 4-bet. This might be a call, theoretically, but I'm just gonna fold. Don't think people find the 4-bets from those positions, so yeah, it's not great either way, really. What do we want to do here? So we'll just bet this time. Down here we see bet flop. Probably gonna raise river if we face a bet. We do face a bet. We will raise this time. Deep into the tank. We do get called by a hand that exactly what we would be targeting, sort of thing. Up here with 10s against this guy. I do have him labeled yellow. Call. Yeah, I think we're just gonna jam flop also this time. Up here. Not sure what he could be tanking with. Maybe ace king with the ace of hearts? I don't see what else it could be. Clearly the overpairs call. King 8 calls. Okay. Over here we made a float. We called 3-bet pre-flop, floated small bet on flop. I don't think it's end of the world. Down here we called a 3-bet pre-flop. We check called flop. Yeah. So this, I mean, yeah, I think we just have to call here. Well, we don't have to call, but we're going to. We're running to ace king. That's cool. We're here. We're bluffing with the king high now. We have we just have the optimal bluff catcher there with ace queen. We block ace king. We block aces. So on and so forth. So we call this time. But there was no bluff we saw. I have to stop opening those suited connectors as much as I am also. Just opening them too often. Keep forgetting that the rake is... I forget that the rake is massive and then just sort of play too wide. Down here we'll half pot flop. Fine spot to bet again. We'll do that. I think we'll go do this on turn. Over here, we have ace jack that we 3-bet this time. Flopping top pair. Go with half pot on this board. Top pair up here, we went with big size as well. We got top pair down here also. Top pair everywhere. Back over here to the 3-bet pot. So now 7s and 8s will not fold, I don't think. A hand like 9x of diamonds won't fold. A worse jack won't fold. Yeah, I think we'll just go with this bet on turn. So what do we lose to here? We lose the 7-8. We lose the pocket 9s, a slow played set. Jack 9 suited, if you can have that. Yeah, these spots I think you just fold. I think. Like I want to, but yeah, I don't think we can. Not with ace jack. I think you could fold like queens and stuff, but yeah, maybe you can fold. I think you can fold, but I have the best, yeah, I don't know. They make a lot of sets, that's all I can say. Just a lot of hands that can potentially peel there that could jam, I don't know. My instinct is to always fold those spots, but I kind of talk myself into calling when I have the best possible bluff catcher I can have, or one of the best. Having the ace of diamonds, I guess, isn't ideal, but I still have one of the best that I'm going to have. Having the jack is better than not, you know, that's better. I would fold aces, I would fold kings, I would fold queens. I'm not going to fold ace jack. So, every time he makes a set against ace jack, he's going to stack me. The rest of the time, I'm going to fold. So, especially on the double flush draw board. But it's going to be a set a lot. It's going to be 7-8. It's going to be a set. It's going to be all these hands. We know this. That's fine. Up here, I'm going to do this. So basically, I'm thinking here. Okay. All right. Never mind what I'm thinking. Doesn't matter. And here with ace queen against the short stack, I think I'm going to check and possibly shove flop with queen of spades and everything. Down here. Up here we flop this, a 3-bet pot. Called it off with king high here. Up here we're going to be raising, we'll make it something like this. We do get a fold there. What did that guy have? Pocket eights. Okay. This dude's very tight. This guy down here. From the sample I had on him before I made this new database. Try and make him pull some chops. Failed. I think we do have the free roll on chops there, though. I think he always has ace high. At best. And he's not going to do anything super creative, so... check call here, even for this size. With queen 10 over here. Six is down here. I'm not sure what to do. I'm going to fold. So we went through a couple of hands that are relatively painful, but it doesn't have to be painful. Trying to make it not painful. Not going to go over the hands. We won't talk about what hands they make and all that. We'll forget them. Move on. I called with the ace jack. Normally I would, the ace jack hand, I would talk about that for 2 hours because I know it's a fold, but I don't know it's a fold. I think it's a fold. Down here. Check call. Yeah, don't love this. I'm gonna fold. We'll just fold. I think it's just underbluffed, generally speaking. One of our worst ace highs as well. King queen over here, unfortunately, we got too many ace highs to continue. We don't have to continue king high. Go for the 3-bet there. Check and turn on the queen. And we will just bet fold river as well, I think. Pretty happily fold into a raise. Up here, thinking about using this one as like an overbet. It will. Down here, can we value bet a 9 against the nitty guy? I think so. I don't know. It's going to have a 10 sometimes. It would be a standard value bet against anybody who's not that nitty, but or relatively standard. Down here we do this. Up here, we will call flop. This river, I mean, gonna call the one big blind and fold when this guy raises. He can't. It's a great card for him, but I don't know if he's gonna bluff with this fish in the pot. So, yeah, kind of expect the raise, but don't think it's gonna be a bluff very much. So, even though that is a good spot to bluff, I don't think with two people he pulls the trigger enough. He just has, I mean, his c-bet range in general is just going to have a lot of ace-king in it, so when he bets into two people. I should have ripped this in pre-flop. Didn't notice he was that short. We would have got called and got the same results. Go a little smaller given his stack depth is a little shorter. Flop this. We'll go with small bet on flop. Over here we flop this as well and checked flop this time. Check call. Over here, jack is not ideal. But he still has ace queen. Who knows what he has, really. Should have ace queen, ace 10 suited, all these hands. So ace jack it is. Had a feeling that turn wasn't that great. I don't know why. It shouldn't be any different than like a queen turn. But the jack, for some reason, just, I don't know. I kind of felt like that one was not good for us. I think this one we will barrel. Pocket nines down here, we'll check call. Ace 8 up here, we call as well. Do we bet turn? Do we check turn? I think we can do both. We'll go half pot this time. Down here we run into the other pocket nines. It's snap called up here by 8-4. Okay, so that's pretty interesting line to take. Bet flop, check call turn with a gutter, and then call that river. I would suggest you do not bluff that guy if you ever see him in public. King queen offsuit over here. Just bet this time. It's another decent barrel spot, I think. If we get called. Depending on the turn, obviously, but just like on a brickish kind of runoff, I could see that being at least a turn barrel on a brick. I could see that. Three betting down here. No idea what to do with sevens on this stack depth up here, but I know calling can't be bad. Maybe we want to 3-bet though. Just go with it. I do know we want a 3-bet ace king over here, though. Down here, flop went check, check. And he does a very large 4-bet. We are deeper. Blind on blind. Yeah, I think blind on blind, I'm just never folding ace king, and it's fine. And we get a fold after he makes it 32 blinds. He's supposed to make it pretty big though. Like that might not even be that much of a. I don't know if he's supposed to make it that big at 150 blinds deep, but he's supposed to make it bigger than the standard like 23. He's probably supposed to go close to 30 at least. I would think. But sometimes you make 4-bets as the stacks increase. The 4-bet size can become quite enormous, well over 30 big blinds in some cases. Sometimes it can get up to like the mid 30s, even 33, 34, 35, in that range. So that may not have been a bad size. Like it's probably close to what is theoretically optimal. I bet within a few big blinds. I bet. This is another one you got to be a little careful on. I'm gonna bet this river, I think. Just gotta be careful here because we have so many hands that can lead. We've got all of our flush draws, all of our, just a bunch of stuff that can lead there. Jack 10 and so on. I mean, those hands don't bet river, but up here, we'll unhappily call flop, I suppose. It's just so much better to call with a hand like 8-9 or 7-8 or it just is. I think we folded. Could have just folded flop there also. Pocket sevens will 3-bet the button sometimes. Probably not that often though. Not almost always, or 3/4 of the time, whatever that roll was. Jacks down here multi-way. Not the board you're looking for. 9-10 suited, we probably get to take a flop here. Just gonna bet over here. Did not smash it with 9-10 suited. I think of the 10x we have, this one would be the most likely to peel flop given the backdoors that it has. Or one of the most likely. Obviously. Would have turned 2-pair. Maybe I'm supposed to call flop. It can't be great once this guy is overcalled. Flopping a set down here in a 3-bet pot. Somehow neither player had a pair in this hand. Down here, we'll just go small on turn. Yeah, somehow they both had king, queen, somehow. Which that's kind of amazing, really. Down here, we're going to be all in. We get the fold. Here we call the single raise. Yeah, I'm not sure how we run into king, queen there. Too. It seems pretty bad on, certainly from the person who called perspective. Calling with gut shot, not going to be a good idea. And maybe slightly ambitious from the other guy as well, given there's two started out multi-way. No action down there. $10-9 down here, we face a check. I will bet this time. And we'll bet again. Just block river up here. Kings down here, we get the ace high board. Alright. We can continue to check. Down here, I'm going to 4-bet this guy this time. Here, we did just check it down. Maybe I could bet at some point against a guy like that. I don't know. He had king, queen, so I think he played the hand well, actually. Not bluffing with king, queen there seems like a good idea. Given how many bluffs you could have. Speaking of king, queen, here's one. Not going to try and bluff this guy. Check. So the king blocker is not, it's mostly irrelevant, I get. Well, not totally irrelevant, I suppose. We block king 7 and king deuce of clubs. The problem is getting this guy to fold an ace might not be the easiest task in the world. I already tried to bluff an ace this session earlier and got called by the one you should probably fold. That would be the starting point where you would fold. So he did tank though. He did tank call, so it wasn't like a super snap call or anything. Ace tree of diamonds. We're gonna just give up here completely. We'll move along. I'm gonna take my ball and go home. Yeah, I think if we do bluff, it'll be on river. Over here. I'm just gonna do that. And we did fold the ace-3 on turn. We will double check some hands there, like Jack-Queen, and maybe even King-Queen occasionally. And we'll have something like ace-10 of spades, might not auto-bet flop always, so we got that. If we 3-bet ace-10 suited, which we will sometimes. What do we want to do? I think we'll just start with a bet. Not sure what else to do. Check call. That would be weird. Betting over here with top pair. Peel a flop here with King-3 of spades. Yep, check's good. Fold is also good on that card, I think. Yeah, just 3-bet this. I don't love 3-betting these hands as much. Just because players like this tend to call with all sorts of stuff, like ace-10 and ace-9 and everything, so. Down here, honestly, I'm just going to fold with this. I'm kind of in the sandwich position, where I got that player left to act as well. It could have a better ace easily. So I think we're okay. Folding there. Not sure what this is up here, but we're going to call anyway. Yeah, we'll peel. I don't know if I want to raise with, well, frankly, firstly with a player behind, but also this guy's stack depth could be such that he's just looking to rip it in. I think over here also, we got min 3-bet. I think we just have to fold this. He's not even full stacked, so up here we got that. Up here we get the 2-pair river, but we cannot call. Pretty sure that's not a bluff, and the 2 people on a 4 straight board there. Oh, we completed the leaderboard already. Not sure how we did. Let's go have a look. How many points we got? Not very many today. And here we 3-bet. Go with a small bet on flop here. Over here, I'm going to consider calling, I think. Just the trips. All right. Check over here. Check is good. We'll take the showdown happily. Over here. Turn a gut shot to go with our flush draw. He's leading now. We miss everything. Yeah, it's not great to bluff with spades. Yeah. Well, okay. I guess I gotta be bluffing these guys in spots like that. He might not have folded a queen, but the fact that he can have something. I mean, how am I supposed to know? Like, there's no way I can know that. No way I can know the guy's check calling queen 10, lead and turn, river and a pair, and then no way I can know that. I think he plays an could play an ace. He's never gonna fold an ace. That's a fact. So it's fine. Go with the 4-bet down here. Could have went bigger actually. I don't think I went big enough. He has the aces. Let's raise this one up over here. We will check fold this time. How about that? Well, it's getting slightly more interesting. Wow, okay. All right. I think down here we're just going to bet turn. Gonna fold the king 10. I think that might be a board where people check raise too much though. There's too many other gutters and stuff, but typically if I do anything crazy, they just have pocket nines there or jack 9 or whatever, so maybe they're not. That's also a possibility. Don't think I want to bluff into 3 people here. What did they have there? Ace 8 of hearts wasn't going to fold. That's for sure. Or ace 8 with the 8 of hearts wasn't going to fold. Minimum 3 bet. We'll call pretty much any 2 cards that we open for this price. Go with small bet on turn. Get quickly min raised. Call. Check river. Not sure what that was all about. We'll see what he had. He had queen 5 offsuit. Probably not great. But yeah. We'll do this. Could check this as well, but we'll do that. Check in turn. River, can we value bet? Problem is he has queen 10, king 10, and possibly something like ace 8, ace 9. Possibly. And it's not that many hands to get value from, really. There's not that many worse 10s. It would be pocket. You'd be targeting exactly pocket 8s, pocket 9s. And I don't want to, I don't want to make bold assumptions, but those may or may not, I don't know. I wouldn't say they always call, but I'm going to say they call a lot. If he had 6-3, he's probably not in the... He's probably not the type of guy who's looking to fold a bunch of hands. It just doesn't seem like that would be his thing. Over here, we will bet now. Blocking pocket 9s is nice here. Yeah, I think we check call river, right? Sometimes run into queen X of clubs, but I mean, there's just so many hands that could have draws that miss here, like ace 5 and just all these hands. What did he have? Hopefully not a 7. He had king 10 of clubs, so he had the misdraw. Over here. Standard flop check call here. Could have led this flop, I think, down here. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it's not low enough. But maybe sometimes you could lead here. We missed this draw. This river is pretty terrible. Gonna check fold. Not much we can do. No value bet there from King Jack, eh? That's tight. That's tight. A lot of labeling at these stakes. A lot of labels given out. My reg label is collecting dust, though. My orange tag. And I use it as a relative tag, too. I don't use it as, like, I only tag higher stakes players. It's relative to the stake, is usually how I do it. Oh. Down here, we can just bet. We'll do that. Turn not ideal. Probably gonna check now. Bet sometimes, though. Yeah, we just call here. There's nothing else to do. Over here, considering a ace-high turn call. Considering it very much. Let's do it. It's a very bad river. Say? Told you that was a bad river. Ace-high call was good on turn. But, nevertheless, 4-bet pot down here. Let's start with a small bet. Snap call. Bet again, small size. Rip it in. Maybe you're going to shove right into aces this time, or jacks, but so be it. Get a fold. Up here we're going with large size on turn. Yep. That's what I thought. Down here. Yeah, let's barrel this time. A lot of ace highs that can fold there. A lot of various hands that might not be happy with the current turn barrel. Just betting up here. Down here we're going to call. Up here I'm probably going to bet again. And that river is really difficult. There's so many 2 pairs and then the straight now. I don't think we want to bet anymore. But I like barreling ace jack there, at least at time. Maybe even triple barrel it, but not on that river. 10 would have been nice, because 10 is the absolute nuts. We'll go half pot here. With the queens. We'll go with this size on turn. Over here, we can probably call with 8s sometimes, but no. Mostly no. Over here, however, we can call or 4-bet this. Let's go with this size this time when we do 4-bet. A little bigger due to the stack depth. That might not be big enough, but somewhere in that region I think is right. Somewhere around 20, maybe 26, I don't know. Not like we're that deep. We're not 300 blinds deep. We're only 150, so it's not like we're massively deep or anything. Got to walk with aces, which is kind of hard to do in these games, to be honest. You don't get many walks. Coming up on our first hour. I feel like a late night radio station host. Like we're coming up on the hour. Graveyard shift radio station guy. Poker radio. I'm gonna check over here this time. I think it's this guy. Yeah. Not much we can do here, really, right? No spade. I just fold. Up here, we're a little deeper. 3-bet pot. I don't want to snap check, but we're gonna check. Good turn for us. Well, bad turn for us, but good turn for a range anyway. Call. Check's good. Pocket eights. Yep. All right. Probably mix that board with queens, I'm guessing, but I'm definitely going to do some checking with the deeper stacks in particular. Well, the first hour went pretty quick. Maybe complaining less makes time go faster. I don't know. It might be a bad thing. Maybe we want to savor the moments. Complain a bit. No, it's too miserable to go through days like that. We can't get into that mode today or tomorrow. Over here with the sevens, this stack depth. I'll take a flop this time. 8, 3, 5. We will be getting to the turn, and then we're going to sit out. Call. Well, it's getting more interesting as the cards peel off here. I got no real river, so I'd rather have sevens than say tens for sure. I think I'd even rather have sevens than jacks. I think of all the pocket pairs I could have here, this is one that's never going to fold. Nines and sevens, never going to fold. Well, I'd rather have jacks now, but of the pairs I have, this is one that's just never folding. We will fold river though. All right. All right. Let's continue this. Hour 1 in the books. I'll cross that off. Weird turn. Weird turn. I think we have to check. If we had aces, we would check. Ace king would want to check. Yeah, lots of checking on this turn, I think. Check, check. I don't know if I can, like, shove that river. Not he had ace jack anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. Poorly played hand from our opponent there, I think. Up here we have this, but the situation is rapidly deteriorating here. Oh, it's getting better now. So we got to try and get called by like anything, basically. He had 3-4, so we got the maximum. Down here we're double barreling ace jack. It's a weird river. It's a weird river. It's a weird river. We block river. That's what I'm gonna go for. Can't have ace 10 of spades. Can't have, I mean, jack queen of spades he can't have. We get jammed on. So what does he have? Like 9-10 of spades or queen 10 of spades? Queen 10 of spades, 9-10 of spades. I don't think he's shoving 2 pair here. What bluffs can he have? I don't know what he can have here. Jack queen of hearts? Does he shove that? What could he bluff with, though? I guess he could have, like, 5... What are his bluffs? His bluffs would have to be... Oh, it's hard to put him on any bluffs here, really. Alright, I'll fold. Just hard to have bluffs. You'd have to peel flop and turn with, like, pocket... You'd have to be turning a king and do a bluff, or maybe king queen with the queen of spades. You could do that, maybe. But man, I just never see those. I just never see those bluffs, spots like that. I had a good bluff catcher. Queen ace jack with jack of spades is a good one, I think. Having the jack of spades, there's not that many combos of flushes there. Really hard to have jack queen unless he's peeled flop with jack queen of hearts specifically. But I mean, the problem is he could just have a bunch of flushes you don't expect, like 3-4 of spades and, you know, 10-8 of spades and, you know, all these 10s, you know, just a bunch of stuff, maybe. like 5-8 of spades and 4-5 of spades and all these hands. So up here, I'm just gonna go 3 streets. I'm gonna go half pot on river though. Try and get called by a queen. We get raised. Sucks. Ace queen? I mean, ace queen must. Alright. Alright. Not much we can do in all of these spots. Down here we'll go for the large 4-bet size. Cannot fold once we put this many chips in. Jacks, that's a loose get in, I think, for 100 and over 100 blinds in that spot. That's a little bit loose. But oh, we won the flip. All right, I was gonna say, but it worked out for him, but it didn't that time. Let's double check this. Wow, do we triple check? I guess we do. Blocking the ace is not great. If you have a small diamond, you don't want to block the top pair when you're going for thin value. We're here with tens, we got an overcall, and I think this could be any pocket pair. I'm going to check and expect something like pocket nines to not bet. We'll just check fold. Could be wrong, but just a small assumption we're making here. Down here we 3-bet jack queen of diamonds, bit deeper. I'm going to start with a check. We'll continue the check with jack queen of diamonds, I think. We'll go for the super block on river. Obviously. That never gets old. That exact spot never gets old to me. I love it. No, not that I'm going to get called by many. I mean, he could have ace jack that calls the tiny size. Maybe king queen as well that double checked. So we will call the 4-bet this time down here. I'm fold. Check flop, continuing to check turn. Call turn. Betting ace 10, okay. Four bet down here. Something like this size. Against an aggressive looking player so far. Terrible board. Gonna check. Ten of spades river. Interesting. Not enough hands on this guy to really say one way or the other. Well, I mean, it's a mix hand, but to say whether or not he's kind of nitty or not, we don't really have the hands. So call turn 10. Yeah. Do we rip this in now, or do we call? I actually don't know. I'm gonna call. Should have ripped it in. A lot of action killers here. That was one of them. Not gonna pull their hand though. Not with the queen of clubs. Should have ripped turn. You can't play hands though just because you're trying to avoid bad river spots. That's not a good reason to do anything, but I kind of feel like I should be. Maybe I can fold. I'm not folding. I'm just not folding river there. I'm just not doing it. Not with the club. Without the club, I can fold. With the club, I call. Whether he has bluffs or not, I don't care. You can't fold everything 100% of the time. Should have just shoved turn. That's what I should have done. Don't know why I didn't. I'll pretend he was going to call it off and it wouldn't have mattered, but this down here, I actually think I'm going to call. The hand is over on that turn. It's the worst one in the deck. Now we're going to run into Jack 10 or something like that. Jack Queen. Most likely. Alright. Ace 9, same hand. Okay. Up here, let's just raise. We don't want both these guys peeling turn. All right. Well, I assume this is a very strong hand. Ace King plus. We will call. Now, we have to do the math on this one. So we need like 4-ish to 1, a little better. We're getting 2.7 to 1, 1.3. This is very close, but I'm going to call on the off chance that he actually has something like 7, 8 of hearts as well. Jack 10 of hearts or something. I think with nut flush draw we call. Very interesting river. And we might actually end up calling this river. And the reason is we block ace king, we block pocket nines, we block aces. And does he bluff with hands like these Jack 10 of hearts, Jack Queen of hearts, 7, 8 of hearts type stuff? Because he's not going to shove aces now, I don't think. It's just ace king or quads. Pocket sixes, I guess. I just don't think you run into the bluffs. So there might not be enough bluffs there anyway. It's only a few combos of. Have to check here. Lose to a6. I'm gonna sit out again. Not tilted, but just been a lot of bullshit hands already this session. We've just got started. So is what is. I didn't schedule a break right now, but I feel like I want to take one. And every time you sit out, you always get this. No, maybe I could have folded both those. I could have folded the. Maybe I could just fold both those queens. The ace jack I definitely can fold. The queens I don't know. Maybe I could just fold the overbet. But yeah, pretty sick. Pretty sick. It's just sick that you can't play. It's just sick. That's all. I mean, you play for. You just can't get through. You just can't get through an hour without nuts in 3-bet pots. Like, that was in the first hour we ran into. I mean, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Anyway, we don't want to think about that. We did. We ran into 6-7 suited in a 3-bet pot. They flopped a straight on 8-5-9 against jacks. And then, what was it? Set of queens, can't beat 5-3 of clubs. And then ace jack, the guy turns a set of nines. And then there's a couple other ones too. All within like just no time. You know, no time. Ran queens into aces on the button against small blind. I mean, all within like a 45-minute period. It'd be nice to just play sessions where that didn't happen. It's going to happen, obviously, but it'd be nice to play somewhere it just didn't happen all the time. Yeah, here we just 4-bet and call against this guy. Twould be nice. Could have just folded too. I mean, that also could have happened. Definitely could have folded the ace jack. Certainly possibly could fold the queens, but I mean, I wanted to jam turn just solely to avoid that situation. I hate having to play poker that way, where you're just scared. You're scared of the runouts, so you want to play your hand differently to avoid that. That's not good. We did get it in ace king against jacks and win a flip though. So we're probably going to be running above EV again. Down here with sevens. Looks like we're going to be taking a flop. A flop with no 7 in sight. A turn with no 7 in sight. This one. Overcall. We'll check. the stack to pot ratio, probably just going to do the... Let's check it. I mean, if he has a jack, he's not going to fold. So let's check again. Maybe we can pick off... Maybe we can pick off a bluff. Yeah. Queen jack. All right. He was drawing pretty slim there. The jack. Should have just jammed flop. Again, you have to play hands in ways where you got someone drawing to like 3 outs. Protection shouldn't be the biggest, most concerning thing. But it is, so... Another overcall up here. We'll bet this time. Interesting. Get a fold. Yeah, they make all these hands in the 3-bet pot still. I guess we'll never know. It'll just remain a mystery. That last one, the Jack Queen one, kind of just sent me slightly over the edge. Just slightly. Just slightly. But whatever. It makes me not want to play. Like it makes me the hopeless feeling comes in. It's just a hopeless makes me not want to play, basically. I'd rather be doing something else when the hopelessness creeps in. So and it's creeping in a little bit, slightly. I'm gonna bet down here. Uncontrollable. Uncontrollable feeling. I wish we had a backdoor flush draw here. I think we're still not folding though. Win that with a pair of sixes somehow. They have king deuce and queen nine. Guy called flop with queen nine. That's probably a bit loose, a bit light. Probably could have folded there, honestly. How tight you have to play against some of these people. They just never have calling ranges. Yeah. It always sounds like it's going to be easy and fun when you're planning it. And then when you get here, it's like, oh, nothing about this is fun. Why did I think this was going to be fun? Just the same thing all the time. I'm not going to be playing well now. I've can't even get through one session without the tilt creeping in. And I'm definitely getting there. Not so much tilted like it's going to really affect my... Well, it is going to affect my play. But just the hopelessness, the not wanting to play, the, you know, that. Can't shake that feeling. So I'm going to sit out again. How many stacks we've lost today? Got a feeling it's probably 6. Oh, no, it's 3. All right. Mostly bad calls. I just cannot fold in 3-bet pots for some reason. When I know they have it, I could have folded both of those hands. I mean, it's sick that you have to. It's sick that they make this many hands. That's the sick part. Is that, man, you only play for, like, I've only played up to that point 900 hands, you know. It's just crazy. I don't know what I'm doing. Do I want to play anymore or not? That's the question. No, I don't. This feels like I'm never going to do better than I'm doing. Like it's never going to happen. Feels that way. Every session has the same kind of complexion. Difficult to do better than break even for some, well, yeah, break even. I know the rake's high, but man, the players are bad. Jack, Queen of Diamonds. All right. Yeah, I could have saved probably everything we're down just by folding. Over here, we flop set. We'll go half pot. Turn. Yep, we'll just bet. I had the hand on the switch screen because I know he's folding. You know that. Over here we have this. Down here we're gonna bet twice. Check river. No reason to bet now. Kicker's no good. Yep. Saved again. Saved again. Yeah, I don't want to blow it out of proportion either, you know. Just I've just played a lot of hands and got nothing to show for it, really. So I don't think we can fold down here. That's the exact break-even point of the hand that we needed. Cannot get there. Up here we're getting raised. We call. This dude's going mental over the short sample we've got. Maybe he's running a little hot. I don't know. I'm going to call again. Check. Kind of a not great spot because there's no real obvious bluffing hands other than like 6-7 and whatnot. So we fold. Maybe I should have just folded turn there, but I don't know what you do against someone very aggressive. You just fold all the time. Guess so. So I mean, it's hard to make decisions because the decisions are always the same, I guess. It's like don't bluff catch, don't bluff that much, which I don't know if that's even true, but I know the bluff catching part's probably true. We have king queen there. We don't have to call with. Certainly, yeah, we're not calling with ace king. It's that simple. Be nice to have the top part of your range you can call with, though, sometimes. Never happens, so very rarely. It's usually a gift. Usually a gifted stack. Up here, 7 of clubs, blocking some of the flush draws, some of the like 7-8 type stuff. I don't think we want to barrel this, do we? Yeah. Don't think so. Do we want to bluff river? Nah. Don't think so. It might have worked. Have to fold down here as well. Yeah, I don't think I don't think I'm good enough at this to do it full time. I could do it as like a side thing if I had something else to do. I could do this as like a side thing. Maybe like side gig. I guess I could do it then recreational kind of thing more so than trying to do it. It's not quite good enough, I don't think, to do not in today's games. Maybe I was at one time, but I think in today's, which is a kind of a crazy thing to say because I truly believe I'm better than the players I'm playing against, but I don't think that I'm better, but not enough better. That's how you say it. Better, but not by much. Talking fractions. With the rake and everything, just not quite good enough to cut the mustard. Can almost guarantee I'm gonna have the same win rate at 10 and L that I have at 25. I'm gonna be like a 1 to 1.5 PB winner at best. And I don't know where I can get more EV from. I just don't know where. Don't know, fold more. I'm already folding too much. But maybe it's the spots I'm folding. Maybe that's what it is. Can't be run bad forever. Other people must run into this many nuts as well. Like that has to be normal. I'm losing the EV somewhere. I just don't know where. So Probably in spots where we're not picking up enough non-showdown pots and just overfolding spots. I don't know. Not sure. Dude's 15-8-4. It's the spot you get. Yeah, we will call. Really difficult. Check. Okay. Might fold this one actually. I'm going to against him. And over here we get the 3, yeah, nothing we can do. Could have bet turn, but checking's okay. Gonna bet again down here. 6-9 offsuit. Gonna shove flop down here. Calls it off with ace high. Very nice. Very nice. Oh boy. I will sit out again. Oh. Well, what are we gonna do? What are you gonna do? Nothing, I guess. I mean, ace high board here. We'll do that. Pocket eight, so we will check. Very bad river over here. He didn't like it either. Up here, I guess we just have to fold jacks. Get a lot of action pre-flop with jacks and ace king and queens and kings, I guess. That turn. Doesn't really matter though. For this stack depth, I think you just go with it. Ten four. Barely able to win in this pool. I must be just really, really poor at this somehow. Sad part is I'm trying to play the hands the best I can. That's a sad part, I guess. Not sure we're supposed to even check flop here, but I am this time. I don't know about that. Alright, alright. That's a shame. Maybe that's a bad play. I don't know. Just trying to win the occasional pot that he has bet into two people. Maybe that's bad, but could just have the ace of clubs. It's possible. Yeah, I'm definitely not very good at this. I don't know when to bluff. I don't know what hands to do it, when to do it. I don't know when to call. Yeah, I just don't know. Because it's you can't read hands, so it's just a guess. Like everything is people have. That was probably terrible there. But I don't know. I don't know what to do. Yeah, 7 buy-ins down now. Oh my god, man. Oh boy. Nothing to do. I don't want to do this. I don't want to play. How can I force myself to do it when I really don't want? I'm not going to play well, so I'm not going to win. So therefore it's pointless. You're just wasting, and that's what I say when I say I'm wasting time, or it's just pointless. That's what I mean. It's pointless. It's a game where you have to apply yourself and care about what you're doing. Like I just could not give a single fuck if I play good or bad now. I just don't care because it feels pointless from the start. If that makes sense. So, yeah, I just don't care. This is the end, I think. This is the end. Is this the end? This could be the end. Could be the end. I just must be just really bad at this. Not good enough. Not good enough. Oh, not good enough. I've had enough of this music. I think we can get rid of that now. So we'll get rid of that. Oh. Yeah, I can't do this. I can't do this. I gotta find something else to do. Cannot do this. Mm. We block this hand. I don't know. He wasn't gonna fold that, so no. I guess. Over here. Yeah, not playing well now. Who could play well like this though, honestly? I don't think anybody could. I honestly don't think anybody could. I just never see people run like this. Not against this kind of competition. I just don't know. Keep thinking, well, large numbers. Too much variance. If you can... The problem we got is you can play 700,000 hands. If that can happen, then it's not a good idea to try and do this as a reliable source of income. Oh, man, we're really fucked. Really fucked. Can't spend our days like this though. Just can't. Just can't. There has to be a little joy in life, or else, I mean, what's the point? Honestly, I don't care what you do for work. I know a lot of people say, oh, a lot of people don't like their jobs. Yeah, but they get, this is different. This is a choice. It's not like I'm forced to do this. You can go do something that you enjoy more than this, but I just got nothing to do that would be better. It's not worth this. This for the money I'm making, this is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. For the amount of money we're talking, this is not worth the agony. Now, if you were making big money, that would be different. Then you could kind of justify the, this bad feelings of suffering and the blah, blah, blah. Not even big money. We're just making good money. Then it would be worth it. But we're doing this for like fucking $2 an hour or something. Just ain't worth it. I gotta sit out again. I have to sit out again. Too much rapid action for me, I guess. $500 zoom, 2K now, 1K now, 500 zoom, 500 zoom, blah, 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 blah. Check on the left. Obviously, he's gonna check. Too fucking slow to watch this guy play, man. Just too much talking. Can't sit here for hours and watch this. Check turn, get the jack river, then what? Block? Is that what he's going for? No, he's going for a normal size bet. Now you just fold, I guess. That's what I would do. Just fold. No, what is he doing? Oh, this would be one of my Spewy plays. This can't be good. No. Fold. He was always folding there. Barrel with 9-10. Alright. It's nice when you get the folds. Nice when you get the folds. Yeah. I want to see some fucking coolers and like just ridiculous stuff, but you're not gonna see it here. Not gonna see it. 10-8, top pair, 3-bet pots. Half pot size bet. That's exactly how we would play it so far. Ace on turn, terrible turn. You're gonna be checking now. Now what do you do versus a river bet? That's what I want to see. I want to see a river bet. So in this spot, he can see we can have stuff something like ace deuce offsuit or ace four offsuit easily in this situation. Maybe even some other ace X. We definitely got ace deuce offsuit and ace four offsuit that could call. If you're looking to bluff catch, that is. So I think a 10. I mean, you don't really block anything, and like, what is he? He would have to have a bluff, which I'm sure this guy does have bluffs. To have a bluff, he would have to have what? He could turn some pairs into bluffs, maybe like fours, sixes, something like that. But yeah, I think fours, deuces, if he could have them, would probably be the best ones to bluff with, because that would block our ace four type calls. Maybe even something like sixes, because we could have ace six here also. So that's probably where the bluffs come from. Maybe occasionally he'll have something like king, queen suited or queen jack suited that peeled flop, but yeah, I would fold here. On the right side, I didn't see what happened, but oh, he's gonna call. Okay, I'd fold. I understand why you would call there, but you have to. The guy has to have the bluffs to make it a call, because that is a pure bluff catch. So people I play against just won't have the bluffs, so you fold. I played for 2 hours today so far. Been a fucking epic disaster so far, also. Oh well. 7-8 suited, 3-bet on the right, flop an 8. What size do you use on this flop? I think a lot of people go half pot, but you can go smaller, I think, too. I see a lot of people use half pot on this board. Jeremiah doesn't. Jeremiah goes smaller than half pot, but half pot is the... Half pot seems to be the standard size on boards like that. Deuce 5, up of hearts. Alright. I wouldn't have bet that on the left either. It was weird. Deuce 5 of hearts, check raise, make it Yep, about that size. Make it somewhere between 6.5 and 7. That was 6.9. Jack Queen suited. Take a flop top pair with a gutter. Hopefully it turns into a difficult situation. Small bet, we're gonna call probably. Oh, lovely. Beautiful. Beautiful. And what is he doing on turn? So this is like kind of interesting. So Queen Jack. When it comes to the Queen X you have, this has to be the one that calls. Queen Jack, Queen 10 suited. Has to be. We have Ace Jack here as well. Ace Jack suited. We have Ace Queen. We have potentially some slow played pocket 8s and 9s sometimes. Definitely got Ace Queen, Ace Jack, pocket 8s at some frequency. Or pocket 9s at some frequency, whatever. And then we got King Queen. And like 9, 10 suited and stuff like that. I don't know if this is a call or not. It seems like it. Trying to think. The King Queen, I think you fold. Blocking Ace King is less relevant than having the equity win behind, I think. Yeah, I expect him to call. I don't really know what you do. It's a large size, though. Oh, he folds. Okay. See what he says about that. I'm surprised at that.
Fold. Yeah, I don't think this is a fold, but I'm gonna make it here a fold. Also, a long time on this table, but okay.
Well, that makes sense. It's not a fold, but he folded it. It's funny when I watch other people play. I get a lot of the plays correct. 6-9 down here. Yep. It's gonna pause and say what bet size I would use, but yeah. Maybe this is how you win. Maybe this is how you win. River. I mean, this guy's range is in trouble, I think, for the most part. I don't think he's going to be balanced here. I don't think he's going to have much. Like, he could have 10-7. He could have... What does he have? He mostly has missed flush draws. A 7. Not much 10x at all that I can see. I think he'll oversee bet Jack 10, Jack 9. Possible he has something like Jack 10 though occasionally that checks back flop. Particularly Jack 10 without a diamond, I suppose. But mostly missed flush draws. Maybe a hand like Ace 5 sometimes. Ace 5 of hearts or something. Yeah, bet river. It doesn't really matter. Overbet, and we get to overbet because we have such a massive... We just got more of everything than him. We got more sets, we've got more straights, we've got more 2-pair, we've got everything that he doesn't have. So, I expect that to get it to yield a high fold equity against most players. King 3, I guess somehow this was a min-raise pot, I guess. Not much you're gonna do with this. Other than fold. Ugh. King Jack is going for it. Oh, this board. I don't like this board. King Jack, no diamond. Can you ever just check fold here? I think this is a pretty good potential triple barrel in hand on like bricks. Just blocking the queen and unblocking basically all floats except ace jack of clubs. So maybe you don't want the jack of clubs when you do this. Maybe you want the jack of hearts or spades. I don't know. I can see a lot of things happening here. I'd expect small bet size though if he does bet, I think. He does check, alright. So we're kind of on the same page here. Just check fold. Okay, so that's cool. I do that a good amount in situations like that. I always feel terrible about it, but I do it. Kings open. Get a fold. Pocket eight's open and get 3-bet, hopefully. He's gonna call. Okay, we do get 3-bet. He's gonna call. He might do some, might 4-bet some too, but mostly calling, I think. So he's gonna 4-bet call. Pocket eights. I can't do this in the games I play because people have no light 5-bets at all. So, yeah, I just don't think it makes sense against people who don't 3-bet enough to 4-bet pocket eights. But 3-bet eights on the right side. What happens when you get 4? Okay, so 4, 7, 3. A lot of checking goes on this board, I believe. So I'm not going to be shocked to see a check here. I think. But also I can see a bet just because 8s wants the protection and you check something bigger, like bigger pair. I think a lot of checking does go on here. Let's see what he says about this board. I'm pretty sure that's true.
Want to still bet on this board? I can't really. So as far as hands that want to still bet on this board, I can't really think of a better one than pocket eights, to be honest. This board, of course, will have a lot of checks from the small blind. We don't 3-bet pocket fours. We don't 3-bet pocket.
Yeah. A lot of checks, but 8s wants to bet for the protection and everything. 8s, 9s, and so and then you get the ace turn, and there's really nothing you can do on the ace. I mean, you're not going to bluff with 8s. Now I would be confused and I would check, but I'm not. I don't know what to do on river verse, or I don't know what to do on turn verse bet, and I don't know what to do on river. So we're going to check river as well. Now what do you do against the bet? And if he just shoves here, what is our range? What is our range doing again? I guess we'll have some aces that call, but man, that would really suck. Half pot. We're gonna fold, I think. What are his bluffs? He'd have to. I mean, he certainly can have them. He could have something like what? King. I don't even know. It's a half pot bet on flop. It's not like it's really tiny. Hard to have bluffs. I think he'd have to turn something like what, 7, 8 into a bluff, which we block. A lot of ace high peels on flop. 6s peels flop. 7-6 peels flop. 5-6 might even play this way sometimes. And then all the ace highs. Ace 6, ace 5 is going to play this way. Ace X with backdoor flush draw. Yeah. Don't like it. Don't like it. Don't like it. He does fold. How do people make money in this game then? Like, what the fuck? He should be like a 1 BB winner at 10-0 like me. Yeah, 3-bet on the left sometimes. Very nice. Yep. Pocket 4s. Just a fold. Just a fold. Well, fold ace jack from those positions. 3-bet versus the cutoff sometimes. Eight, 9 fold. Jack 3 fold. King 5, you may get involved in this spot. Alright, so we did call and open. And on flop, you got options. You can check call, you can check raise. It will depend on his roll. He gets the 8 pairing turn. Now I don't know what to do here. This for me, I don't know what to do because ace high is not going to fold this turn, right? That's my thinking is ace high is not going to fold. Ace high doesn't fold, and then you've got I don't know. I don't like it. I just expect no folds on turn. You get raised. That's kind of a cool play. Huh. How bizarre. How bizarre is that hand? That hand is bizarre. All right, let's watch a little more of this. This is an interesting one. I guess you just bet this on the right side. Yep. Now you check turn. What do you do on river? Unimproved, that is. Fold. Well, check. Somehow win. Very nice. I don't know if I like the microphone there, or if I like it kind of. If it's better, kind of like that. I don't know. Seems to be more out of the way of the desk with it kind of hanging out over here, but I don't know. Probably doesn't matter that much, but I can do that and that. Kind of like that. Is that okay? I think that's okay. Like that. Or is that just weird? I should have this. More like that. Is that better? Worse? Same? I don't really know. I think maybe something like that is better. I don't know. That actually might be better. I think it's not in the way as much right there as well. I think it's just better there. So, yeah. Did I miss any hands while I was doing that little adjustment? What happened over here? Ooh, this is like a 3-bet pot where we raise flop. Turn, we decide to check because we don't want to get ripped on with. It just sucks with this stack depth to get jammed on here. Too much equity. It's weird. It's like too much equity to bet fold. Not enough to bet call, so you check. And river, this is where I struggle because what do we represent here on the left when we bet? Not a whole lot. What could you have? Do you value bet a jack now? What is a jack value betting against? Say we had ace jack. Do we raise flop with ace jack? We could have a 3. I think we could have a 3 sometimes. I think we could have a queen sometimes as well. Perhaps. Maybe we raise flop with, I don't know, occasionally raise flop with queen 10 of clubs or something, maybe. But that's going to be not many combos, and that's going to be relatively rare. In a 3, we could have something like ace 3 of spades for sure, and play it the exact same way sometimes, or something like that. I just don't know what we rep though. We're going to get the credit. What are we getting to fold? I mean, I know we have 5 high, and you're supposed to bluff when you have hands like this, but we also block something like ace 5, ace 4, 6 5, which would all be folds for him on river. He's probably bluffing those on river though, so he doesn't have those. He could have the ace one. Could he? Probably not. So you would expect him to be bluffing those himself. Certainly 5 6, and probably ace 5 as well. Yeah, I just don't like. I know I know you have to do it, but I just don't like to do it. I don't have to do it in people I'm playing against, but he probably does. You just rep nothing though. I don't like it. I would pass. Yeah. He passed. Just don't like it.
It is to bet the turn and get jammed on, and I wasn't sure if I had the right price to call. Actually, this would probably check back on 7, but it benefits a lot from betting. And I think we just give this up. I really do think we just give this up, unfortunately. I think we lose to like 10s and 9s a lot, but I think we just give this up. Doesn't matter that we have 5 high in the sense that all of our hands that lose. That makes any sense. Like having ace 4 or ace 5 doesn't matter here, because if he has worse than that, he's going to bluff it himself here. So the fact that we have 5 high is kind of irrelevant. All of our potential bluffs, I think, in this spot all have 0 EV when check back. So just going by our blockers, I was thinking that blocking ace 5 and ace 4 are like the 2 for sure hands he could have that potentially might check and fold the river no matter what, although I don't know how accurate that is.
Yeah. See, we're thinking the exact same stuff. Why can't I win? He basically said exactly. I don't know. King 10 suited. What size did he go with there? Half pot? Okay. Alright. That's the size I would use. Half pot on this board. And yeah, barrel in this hand. You got nice suits. Although, well, kind of. It'd be better. Well, would it? I guess it's better to have King 10 of Hearts. If we want to get... Is it, though? Like, does he peel Ace Queen of Hearts on flop? Probably yes. Does he peel King Queen of Hearts on flop? Maybe. Certainly Queen 10 of Hearts is going to peel. But Queen 10 of everything's going to peel. So Queen 10 of Diamonds might raise, actually. So he's got Queen 10 of Clubs. He can't have that. He's got that blocked. He could have Queen 10 of Spades, really. And Queen 10 of Hearts. No, he can't have Queen 10 of Spades. He can have Queen 10 of Hearts. Maybe Queen 10 of Diamonds if he doesn't raise it. And then what else do we got? We've got every Jack 10 suited other than maybe Jack 10 of Diamonds. Ace Queen of Hearts. Ace Queen with the Ace of Diamonds maybe peels flop. So, yeah. We're barreling anyway. This would be one of my barreling hands. We turn double gutter as well, obviously. So that's nice. What happened over here? Pocket nines. Let's see. Pocket nines. I assume this just went. This guy opens. Check flop. Check turn. Check flop. Check turn. Just checking down. Trying to get showdown with our pair of nines. Jack River. I mean, he has a lot of 8x, probably pocket 10s as well. Some 5x, some ace highs like ace queen that didn't bet flop. Other pocket pairs, 7s. I think we bet here, right? Gotta bet 9s here. I would have bet, I think, with 9s. Maybe he's going to use them as a bluff catcher, but at the same, like, what is he bluff catching with? What is he bluffing with? This one would make me. Maybe he's going to value bet an 8. I don't know. I think I would have value bet river though with 9s. I would have been tempted to at least. Man, he never calls with anything if he folds here. I was gonna say. Yeah, so it was 10s. I think that's really the only hand we lose to though. It's 10s. And I don't think people are gonna find bluffs on that river. I think they just snap check ace high. And they just have no air. Where's the air coming from? Where's the air? There just is no air. But he could potentially value bet an 8, I guess. I don't know. I would have blocked river, I think. And lean towards check calling when I have an 8 instead. Anything that beats an 8, I think I would have blocked. And then check call, or I'd want to check call when I had an 8. Probably. But maybe 9s does a bit of both. I think 9s, you know. I think 9s bet the spade, I would just bet. 9s without, maybe I would. Maybe I would check call then. Or want to. Not saying I would, but I would want to. Check call on the left. Very easy. Check call on the left. Check and call. Where's the coolers and crazy shit, though? You just don't see it. Where's the fucking insanity? I don't see the insanity. I want to see some insanity. Yeah. Ace Jack. Yeah, see, I probably wouldn't have done this either with the Ace Jack here on the right. Probably not. Simply because I have King Jack as well. It's probably going to play this way. All of them, or most of them. Some of them might bet flop. But he's probably doing this at a mix as well. He's doing, not always going to do this, obviously. He'll be checking sometimes, but yeah, this is not something I would have done with Ace Jack. Anyway, that video's over. Nothing revolutionary or groundbreaking happened. Pocket jacks. Okay, this is cool. We're in a 3-bet pot. I expect a small bet here with jacks. On this king high board. Do you sometimes check jacks though? I don't know. But, well, 1/3. Jacks just wants, yeah, Jacks doesn't want to give like ace 10 of hearts a free card, I don't think. Or whatever. There's just a lot of worse hands that can call as well. High frequency board. Jack Queen on the right. The call button. If we had a spade, we might sometimes do something. I don't know, without a spade. Probably going to float though, even without a spade. Oh, he's going to raise, even without the spade. Okay. I expect 0 folds here. Like, I expect this guy to just never fold this spot. Just float any 2 cards, like King 7 of hearts. He's just going to bet call. Now, I would not continue this hand, I don't think. Although we don't have a spade, that's good for this spot actually, because he's not. I mean, he's probably not going to bet call Jack Queen Diamond Club. But he could definitely bet call something like King Queen with the King of Spades, or King Jack with a spade or something. So the fact we don't have a spade, he should have more hands that fold on turn, I guess. So I can see this. Snap fold, but the speed at which he folded on turn kind of. I think I'm right on flop. He's just bet calling everything. So there's that. Anyway. All right. What am I gonna do? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Just sitting here watching Jack 9 bet probably. Do we overbet turn? Is that a thing? It seems like it's the thing on the queen. We got all the nuts. All the nuts. I like this. I would have probably done this. He goes for like a almost 2x pot. It is 2x pot, actually. King Queen on the right side. What happened here? We opened and c-bet. Is that what happened? No, yes. Bet small. Half pot turn. Because you're still going to want to bet a hand like... Yeah, you don't, yeah. I like this. 4 of spades. Still going to bet. Still going to bet. Going for the block size. Good snap called. He had queen 10. Okay, okay. A6. Yeah, I do a lot of checking in this spot with A6 of clubs. Yeah, we check turn. What do you do on turn though? You check fold? You check call? I mean, I don't know. Now on river. I think on river we have to check again, obviously. Oh, he's gonna do something weird. Yeah, I wouldn't have done this either, probably. Yeah, so why wouldn't I have done this? Because so maybe I'm thinking about it incorrectly on turn. And like if he has a float like say I don't know, Jack, Queen of Hearts, let's say, whatever, some float that doesn't have showdown value, so not king high, not ace high, his non-ace high, non-king high floats. He probably bets turn with those when checked to a lot. So when he doesn't bet turn, it's more likely he has something like king jack or king queen or king 9 or whatever. My thinking was he'll have some counterfeited deuce X and some counterfeited pocket pairs. So deuce, say like, I don't know, but a lot of those 3-bet as well. But he could have something like queen deuce suited that probably has to bluff river, or jack deuce probably 3-bets a lot. That was my thinking, is that he'll have some counterfeited stuff. The deuce X will be counterfeited, and 3s and 4s both get counterfeited. So he'll probably bluff with all of those. Versus, what do we, so that was my thinking. But I think this looks pretty transparent as well. Like, I think it just looks like we got what we got. But, well, that would have been my thinking on turn. I think that's not totally incorrect. It's just I don't do enough goofy stuff, I don't think. Goofy things. Should do more of it, maybe? I don't know. King Jack is just going to be a fold. 7-8 suited. He will open that and call a 3-bet most likely. 6-4, he'll probably call. He does. He flops nothing. Next hand where we get a flop. Kings, single raised against the big blind. He's going for the large size. I'm going to close my tables now. Right after I changed them back to what they were, I was messing around with something. That, and that, and that. There. Kings. What happened here? We went for the. Yeah, we bet big on flop. But just 3/4, 3/4, 3/4. I think is what he's doing here. Oh, very good river. Do you ever overbet river? I mean, he doesn't really have a deuce. He doesn't have jacks. He doesn't have tens. Probably doesn't have sixes very often. So we just get, it seems like we have a relatively large nut advantage here. And we got jacks, we got sixes, we got tens, we got quads. We got jack 10, we got aces, we got kings, we got queens. Seems like a spot where you could overbet. And apply a lot of pressure on the range here. He does overbet. Okay. Really difficult spot for the big blind, I think. This is one of these ones where I think even the good players are going to struggle to have enough calls. Although he can have something like ace jack or you know something like that, but I think it's going to be a struggle to find enough calls. We do get called, and he has 10-8 of diamonds. Ooh, I don't know about that call. I don't know about that call. I don't know if you want the 8. Do you really want the 8? I don't think you want the 8 in your hand to call. Like, our bluffs are going to come from where? I think 8-9 is going to be one of the first ones we go to, isn't it?
If I was playing versus like someone from high stakes, I think I would just go for small overbet on the turn, followed by all in on the river. I think it's the preferred line. Also, if I was bluffing versus this opponent, I think I would just go all in the river. So, yeah, I'm exploitable.
Everybody is. It seems like 10-8 would be the worst 10 to call. You got king 10. King 10. Where is it? I don't know. You got king 10. It has to be. King 10's better. You block kings. Queen 10's better. You block queens. 10-8. Your 8 only blocks bluffs. It blocks 0 value. I just can't see that being a good call. Considering we have ace 10 as well. Ace 10, king 10, queen 10 are all better calls. And I think we sometimes have ace jack also. And you probably should be playing your range in a way that you sometimes have pocket sixes here as well, I guess, or whatever. But, yeah. Theoretically. So I think we do have ace jack sometimes, for sure. Don't like it. Don't like it. Don't like it. A6. Did we bet A6 here? We did. Into 2 people. Huh. Oh, I certainly would not have done that on this board. What the hell is he doing?
Assuming these are 2 recreationals, I didn't realize I was timing out. I don't think that we should be doing this. I'm just going to start with the bet and see where it goes.
Okay. So he says he shouldn't be doing this, but he's going to do it. That makes sense, I guess. Bombs away. Bob's your uncle. Bombs away. Bombs away. I think you can do a lot of barreling in this spot when the fish don't check raise flop. They're just so capped to having... Yes, you could have king 10, king jack, maybe even king queen, king 9, king 8. But man, they just have so much garbage that has to fold. Just so much stuff. So it turned out pretty nice on that exact turn card. It turned out pretty nice. But yeah, I wouldn't have done it. I don't know what I'm doing. So, but I know I wouldn't have done that. Ace 9, check flop, check turn, check river. Are we going to value bet river with ace high? I don't think so. Oh, yes. Half pot with ace high. For the values. Interesting. Yeah, so he's expecting there to just have the best hand like every single time. Like he's expecting an opponent to bet a 6, always to bet 7s, always to bet 8s, always to bet. Yeah, he's just expecting to have the best hand the vast majority of the time. Which I can't blame him for thinking that because it's true. I want to see some coolers though. Where are these fucking pre-flop coolers where you get dealt queens into aces every hand and fucking, you know, everybody makes straights against your nuts and all that? You just never see it when you want. I've watched, how much now? I guess it'll be 2 hour and a half's worth of play. I've not seen one. Of course, if I could get through sessions like this, man, oh, I couldn't wait to log in. If it went like this. Instead of waiting for the fucking shoe to drop, as they say. King Jack against the fair. Okay, never mind. King 4 suited, flop a 4. Probably gonna bet. Is this like a half pot spot, or is he just gonna go third? He checks. How come? Seems really odd to check there. Maybe he's rolling it, but
I'll be playing 1/3 or check.
1/3
On table
check.
1, I think on 28, and with king 4, we will check back. We can bet sometimes as well. The more worse 4x he has, the more you can bet these kind of good kicker bottom pairs. So, for example, this hand would bet more often button versus big blind than it would cutoff versus big blind. Although, I mean, I guess that's pretty obvious. Turn, not really folding a pair on board, even versus normal bet here on the turn. We could raise. Kills is capable of actually giving up hands I need to give up, though, so. When that card comes and he checks, I expect to lose 100% of the time in practice, but this is just not a bluff. We don't need to bluff this. Okay. Yeah, see, he is capable of giving up when he needs to. There are some people who are not capable of that. This hand's actually close, believe it or not. Queen 10 on the ace-4-4 here versus small size. I think we'll just throw in a check raise. Why not? I like to check raise small here on these types of boards. There's a lot of hands that have to fold no matter what size you check raise to, and it kind of allows you to raise a little bit wider. Did he fold here on table 1? The flop is already super borderline, so I'm just going to be giving this up. I imagine we're probably not even allowed to do this on the flop. We're just going to throw it in here. We could 3-bet, again, versus someone who I'm assuming is a rec. I think we're just going to call. Prefer to 3-bet a little bit more linear versus recreational until I know that they're actually capable of opening a lot of hands.
Yeah.
Just losing here. Just checking to lose. The 3 is theoretically decent for us. I just really hate my blockers at this point. Check calling.